Are you sure it's a good idea to be going along with this? Hey, the High Commanders have already decided. And besides, we've been spying on these dimensions for long enough. Not to mention, considering recent events, I guess it makes sense to try and speed things along.
Commanders, you've called?
Ah, Adrian. How goes the new prototype dual pad that we've supplied you with?
It works like a charm, sir.
Good to hear. As soon as we start mass producing it, it'll run circles around the old one. Now, for your next mission, I'd like you to put it to good use. The higher-ups have decided to move on to the next stage of our plan. You're to travel to the 4 dimensions and invade a Lancer base. Gather as much information from their main computer as possible.
Which base, sir, if I may ask?
Almost any in either dimension will do. Preferably one with the least amount of traffic as possible. Gather as much information from the Lancer's cybernet as possible. Any ruckus that you create, make sure to cover it up as quickly as possible. We will need all the data we can muster before we can continue with the next stage of our plan. Make sure your mission is the standard. Flawless and efficient.
Of course, sir. For a better world.
For a better tomorrow.
Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Alright, Hugo, are you aware of your task? Let's see, go to the address of the Paxtons and see what I can find out about this Jade Paxton and how exactly he recreated Zark and whatnot. Am I right? Correct. You'll do just fine. Will I, though? I mean, I don't know, Percy. I'm not really much for conversation, and well, I don't really feel too comfortable going at it alone, you know? Well, I'd love to come with you myself, but I've got way too much to do here. I don't really think I'll be able to find someone else to take command until I come back. I could take command. David? I'm not too sure about this. Do you know anything about taking charge of a situation like this? Well, I don't really have any experience in the field, but while I was still in Phoenix University, I did spend some time studying battle strategies and natural Lancer command. Not to mention, my father was a general back when the fusion dimension was, claiming territory, so to speak. I believe I might be able to keep things under control until you return, Percy. Well, I guess I am also a bit curious about this Paxton fellow. Percy, look, if you have to stay here, that's fine. I know what I said, but I'll try to handle it on my own, and besides, I don't want to get you into trouble for leaving this place. It's fine, Hugo, honestly. If I get called out for leaving my post, I'll take the consequences. But I do want your opinion. Do you think we should trust him? Well, I haven't really known him long, but he was a 5th-year student at Phoenix University before it was scrapped, so I suppose he knows what he's talking about. Not to mention, what other options do we really have? Well, let's see. We've got a stubborn Greendale, a brash bounty hunter, an unconscious duelist, and... Yeah, okay, I see your point. Very well then, Mr. Talk. You will be in charge until I return. Hopefully, I won't be gone long. Oh, thank you, sir. I shall operate this place to the best of my abilities. Thank you so much for putting your faith in me, despite only just meeting you. Well, if Yugioh trusts you, then I trust you. Just make sure to keep things on defense until I return. Of course, sir. Now go out there and show them what true duelists are made of. Come on, Yugioh. We have some discovering to do. Yes, sir. I told you before, you don't have to... Never mind. Okay, just down the block now. Not too far, Yugioh. Yugioh? You know, it's not too bad here when you've lived here long enough. Honestly, sometimes it just makes me wonder what our home would be like if, it was different. Look, they will be different, mate. Trust me. Once all of this is sorted out, I promise I'll try to find a way to change our dimension for the better. Are you sure about that? Pardon? Look, Percy, I like you, I really do. But be honest with me, do you really think that a dimension that's been grounded in its ways and traditions for God knows how long is really going to be willing to change just like that? Well, don't get me wrong, I don't think it'll be as easy as counting to 3, but I have to try, because despite everything that's happened, the evolution dimension, it's still our home. And I refuse to acknowledge that it is beyond saving. Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I don't think they'll be able to listen. Or rather, they're probably not going to be willing to listen. I mean, you know how stubborn they are in their ways and how grounded they are. Remember Havoc? He's living proof of that. Havoc was a lunatic. I'm sure there's at least one person in our home that believes that our ideals are misguided. Don't be too sure. What? Nothing. Look, is that it? Just give me a minute. Yep, this is it. Now for the hard bit. Trying to convince them to talk. Are you sure about this? I mean, you said it yourself that they don't want anything to do with him. Well, we've got to start somewhere. You ready? I guess. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to talk to us, Mr. Paxton. Now, I know what we're about to ask you is a little touchy, but... Oh, I know exactly why you're here. Right. Now, you must understand... No. You don't understand. We said... We told you and your people that we want nothing to do with this, and yet here you are, coming to ask me questions about it anyway. I know, but please, you must... No. I refuse to even acknowledge them. Our son did the unthinkable. Resurrected he played God. How can anyone even fathom something like that? If you want to learn anything about him, then if you want to learn what happened to him, then fine, I'll tell you. Don't know, don't care. He's dead to me. Damn it, Yugioh! You're dead to me! Yugioh, are you okay? I'm sorry, I just need to go outside. Where do you think you're going, Lancer? Away from a poor excuse of a father like you. Yugioh! No, this has to be said. I get why. I get why you're against your son. How can anyone look at him anymore after that, but He's still your son. How could you just throw him aside like that and not even acknowledge he exists anymore? Yeah, he screwed up, but he's still your own flesh and blood. You can't just push him aside, even if he does the most stupidest of things, even if he screws up in the most ridiculous of ways, like forgetting to wash the pots or forgetting to make his own bed or not being good enough. That's beside... Look! I get it. You probably don't want to acknowledge him. I don't even care about that, but please listen to me. If you don't tell us what you know, then dozens of people, millions of people could be killed. They will perish, and I know you're already struggling to acknowledge what he's done, but do you really want this to pile up on your conscience as well? Do you want to be responsible for this too? I'm really sorry about him. No. He's right. I find it hard to acknowledge my son, but he got us into this mess. I might as well do what I can to rectify it. Like I said earlier, I don't know what happened to him the day he disappeared, but before then, Lancers came to our house and they explored the entire place and took all of his research. I didn't get a chance to look at it myself, and they didn't tell us what they were going to do with it, but if I were to guess, they would have probably dumped it into one of their bases in the town square. Go there and you'll probably find your answers. When was the last time you encountered him? Well, before the Lancers came, he came to our house, tell us he was expelled, and packed his things and left. We tried to get some answers out of him, and we tried to stop him, but didn't give us much. When was this? August 27th, about 4 years ago. Let's see. Anything else, you know? Like where he was going, what he was planning to do? No, sorry. It's alright, sir. I won't pester you anymore. You've done plenty already. Thank you for your cooperation. You took your time. Did he tell you anything? You could say that. Next location, Lancer base in town. Hopefully, we should be able to get a start on what the heck's going on there. Cool. It's a start, I guess. Yugioh, look. About your outburst earlier, No, I'm sorry. I stepped out of line. I shouldn't have. You sure? You don't need to talk about it? I've dealt with something like that before. I'll be fine, honestly. I'll be alright. You sure about that? I know a mental outburst when I see one. Sir, please, you've already done enough. No, I haven't. Look, Yugioh, was it? I apologize for my attitude earlier. I'm a counselor, you see. A few years ago, I helped a few duelists who were not in the best state, after the fusion dimensions shenanigans. And I know pain when I see it, both the physical and the mental. Here. If you ever get the chance, call me. I'll see what I can do. Oh, and if you ever find Jade, never mind. Yugioh? Right. Right this way, General Percy. I must admit, I wasn't really expecting you. Neither of us were. Well, let's just say the files in this base have some important information that could help us in the battle against Mephiles. Which is why I'm here. I need to access some of those files. Do you think you can unlock the doors for me? Of course, sir. I'll be right back with you in a minute. Percy, do you think this fusion monster should go in my deck? Assuming you have enough material to summon it. Yes, I suppose. Yeah, but it could be a bit tricky to bring out. Not really sure what situation I could... I'll side deck it just in case. So, are you going to consider it? Consider what? Therapy. Maybe. I don't really think it's something I should be doing. Not while all this is happening. I appreciate your commitment, Yugioh, but you're only as good as your mental state is. And besides, I've seen this sort of thing play out before. If you have any problems, I don't want this to escalate. It's not good... Sorry, it's not going to be a problem. Honestly, I'm fine. I am. Just let me help stop what our dimension couldn't. I'll be fine, honestly. If you say so, but if this starts to become a problem, then... What? Oh, now what? Can't we just do a mission successfully and have that be the end of it? Well, where's the fun in that? Well, that was easier than I thought. Ugh. Granted, I'll have to erase your memories now, but... oh well, I got this under control. Percy? Adrian? I don't believe this. You're back. Where'd you been? And what are you doing with that imperfect? Okay, I'm lost. Percy, you know this guy? Oi, butt out of this imperfect. You can only speak when you're spoke. Adrian, shut it! Yes, Yugioh, we know each other. Well, we used to be old friends. Ah. As if today wasn't already complicated. Yugioh, go back. Warn the others. Bring backup. What about you? I'll hold him off as best as I can. Go! Yeah, right, okay. Be safe. Be careful. Percy, pal, what are you doing? What's going on here? Where have you been? You know what? Never mind. Come on, let's head back home. You can tell me the whole story later. I'm not going home. What? Tell me something, Adrian. You kicked Yugioh out of your dimension because you believed that he exposed evolution summoning and our dimension to the Lancers, right? Well, yeah, that heap of garbage. No. You always caught on quick. He didn't expose them. He didn't expose us. I did. No. That can't be. It can't be you. Is this about... No. You have to be brainwashed, that's it. I've heard stuff about these dimensions having things... What were they called? Fusion parasites, I think? Yeah, that's it. One of them must be in your brain. They must be controlling you. No, don't worry. I'll get you home. I'll get you fixed. Don't worry, buddy. We'll have you better as soon...
Access denied.
Fixed. You think I need to be fixed? We are not robots, Adrian. We're not machines. We're not vehicles that can be replaced if there's a better version of us, or mended if we're broken. We are people. We can only be as good as we are. We can't just keep unacknowledging those of us who aren't. I'm sorry, I really am. But I've made up my mind when I left our home. I made up my mind when I disappeared. I know what I'm doing. And I can't let you leave. No. You backstabbing jerk! How could you? How could you turn your back on me? On us, on everyone, on our entire dimension, our home! You traitor! You sold us out for all this? For that imperfect? For all these grimy, dirty places? Right now, these dimensions have more sense than our home could ever know. I'm sorry, but I know what I signed up for. I must go through with this. I need to correct the wrongs that our dimension has made. No. Oh, I don't... Come on, please, come home with me. I don't want to do this to you. I know where this is going, and I don't want it to go that way. You're right, it doesn't have to be this way. Just abandon whatever mission you've accepted and join me. We can do this together. No. I won't. I won't turn back on my home. I won't turn back on everything that we've been through. Everything we've worked for. The only thing we've worked for is to create more suffering. I won't believe that. I'm sorry, Percy. But I have a mission to complete. And I must do so, no matter what the cost. Oh, what's that? You like it? It's the new and improved dual pad. Well, more specifically, a prototype that we've been working on. But once this thing is mass-produced, it should run circles around the old one. Yeah, sure looks like it. That looks like a lot to get it going. You sure it isn't an improvement over this? It'll be worth it once you see it in action. Last chance. Please. Come home with me. Forget about them. Our dimension has forgotten about them long enough. Hopefully I could convince you otherwise during our match. Then you know what I have to do. Indeed. But by the end of this match, hopefully you'll be singing a different tune. Let's duel!